Hello everyone, you're welcome to Mathematics Tour. This is IGCSE Mathematics paper 2-1 written in November 2023. There are 22 questions in this paper. The links to download the PDF solution and the past paper are available in the description and comment sections below this video. Your subscription means a lot to me. If you are seeing this channel for the first time, please kindly subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button. Click the notification bell to receive a notification anytime I upload a new video. Also, like, comment, and share this video. Let's jump into the first question. The diagram shows an isosceles triangle. Find the value of x. So if this is an isosceles triangle, we have 41 degrees here, so automatically we are going to have 41 degrees here as the base angles are equal. So already we know that sum of angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So that means we can say x add 41 plus 41 must be equals to 180 degrees. So x plus 41 add 41, that will be 82, equals to 180 degrees. Then we need to collect like times by transferring plus 82 to the other side, and when it goes there it becomes negative 82. So we have x to be equals to 180 degrees subtract 82 degrees. X is equals to 98 degrees. So the value of x is 98 degrees. Let's go to the next question. The stem and leaf diagram shows the time in minutes it takes each of 15 people to complete a race. So the key is 1/6 represents 60 minutes. So find the mode. So the mode is the highest occurrence. So you can see 7 appears here 3 times. So this is 27. So the mode is equals to 27. Let's go to part B. The range. The range is the largest minus the smallest, okay, or the highest minus the lowest. So in this case, the highest number here is 31. This 31, and the lowest number here, or the least number, is 16. This. So we can say the range is equals to 31 minus 16, and that will be 15. So the range is equals to 15. Let's go to part C. The median. The median is the middle number. Since we have 15 people, so automatically the 8th number, when you count from the smallest, will be the median. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the 8th. So this is the 8th number. So, and that is 25. So the median will be 25. Of course, if you count towards the right hand side of this 25, you should have 7 numbers. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the median is equals to 25. So let's go to the next question. Question 3. Complete this statement. When x is equals to dash, then this will be true. X plus 3 will be equals to 8. So that is when x equals to 5, then x plus 3 will be equals to 8. Okay, that is very simple. So the next one is this. When 7y equals to 63, then 10y will be equals to what? Of course, 7 times 9 will give you 63. That means the value of y is 9. So here 10y will be equals to 10 times 9, and that will be 90. So let's go to the next question. Question 4. The table shows some information about Amir's shopping. So we have the fruit, we have the cost per kilogram, we have the number of kilograms Amir buys, and we have the total cost. Okay, so here for one orange, that is the cost of an orange per kilogram is $2.35. So the number of kilograms made by is 3.2. So the total cost will be the product of these two. So that means we're going to have 7.52 here. If you do 2.35 times 3.2, you have 7.52. So here we have the total of the fruit to be equals to 13.54. So we can easily find the total cost of bananas. So that will be 13.54 subtract 7.52. That will give you 6.02. So then we can now get the cost of banana per kilogram. So by dividing 6.02 by 2.8, and that will give us 2.15. So that is how to complete the table. So let's go to the next question. Question 5. We are asked to factorize completely. So in this case, 7m is common. So if you factor out 7m, so into brackets, so we are left with 6k. Then subtract, we are left with 5 here. Of course, you can check it. 7m times 6k, that will give you 42mk. Then 7m times minus 5, that will give you 35m. So the answer will be 7m into brackets 6k minus 5. Then part B, so we have h squared minus 144. So we can write this in form of difference of two squares. So that will be h squared minus 144 is the same thing as 144 is the same thing as 12 squared. Now we have difference of two squares. Of course, you know that when you have a squared minus b squared, the answer is always a minus b into bracket a plus b. So this is how you express difference of two squares. So of course, you can follow this pattern and say h minus 12 into h plus 12. So that is what you have here. H minus 12 into bracket h plus 12. So let's go to the next question. That will be question 6. For each of 10 people working in an office, the scatter diagram shows their salary and the value of their car. So we are asked to one of these people has a salary of 28,000. Find the value of their car. Okay, so you need to know the value of a line along the x and y axis respectively. So for the x-axis, we have 10,000 here, and we have 5 lines. So that means a line here is equals to 2,000. So you can put it here. Then for the y-axis, we have 1,000 here, and we have 5 lines as well. That means a line will be equals to the value of a line is 200 here. So once you know this, then it is easy for you to plot this. So one of these people has a salary of $28,000. Find the value of their car. So we need to locate $28,000 along the x-axis. So $28,000 will be, okay, since the line is 2,000 here and we have 20,000 here, so this will be 22, 24, 26, and 28 is this spot. So we need to trace it up, okay, and see the corresponding value of the car. So let's roll up and look for the corresponding value of the car. So this is 28,000, this particular line. So let's trace it up here. So it is this particular one. Okay, so we need to trace it to the y-axis to see the value of the car. So this particular line. Okay, so that is it. So this is the value here. Okay, so already we know that the value of a line here is 200. We have 4,000 here, 4,200, 4,400, 4,600, 4,800. So the answer is 4,800. So $4,800. So of course, you may want to trace this up for clarification. So you can trace this up here if you want. Okay, so it is this one, and you get the corresponding value. So that is 48,000. That is $4,800. So part B, Another person starts to work in the office. Their salary is 54,000 and the value of their car is 6,100. Plot this information on the scatter diagram. So on the x-axis we will trace $54,000 and on the y-axis we will trace 6,100. So let's go to the grid. So 54,000, so this is 50,000, so 52,000, so 54,000 will be this line, so this particular one. Okay, you can trace it up, and the corresponding value of y is 6,100. Okay, so 6,100 will be middle of this, that's where it will be. So let's trace this up. You can trace this up like this until you get to 6,100. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, this is 6,000, so 6,100 will be the middle here. So that is the location of the that is the location of the new car. So part C, what type of correlation is shown in the scatter diagram? So let's go to the grid and check. So from the grid you can see that the points are increasing towards the right hand side of x and the upper side of y. So that is a positive correlation. And if you try to draw the line of best fit, so take it from this one for instance, so and draw like this. Okay, so this is what we call positive correlation. The points are moving forward and moving upward, so that is a positive correlation. So we can write positive correlation. So let's go to the next question. That will be question 7. The exchange rate between Singapore dollars and euros is 1 Singapore dollar is equals to 0.62 euros. So we can say S for Singapore dollar and E for euro. So we can have the ratio here 1 to 0.62. So we need to write 161.20 euros here. So of course, so what was done to 0.62 to get 161.20? So you can divide 161.20 by 0.62. So that will tell you what was done to 0.62, and of course it was multiplied by 260 to get this. So you have to do the same thing to this side. You multiply by 260, so you have 260 here. So that means the corresponding value in Singapore dollars will be 260. Question 8, calculate 7 whole 3 out of 11 times 3 whole 3 out of 10. We need to write these fractions as improper fractions. So 11 times 7, that will be 77, plus 3, that will be 80. So you have 80 out of 11, then times 10 times 3, that's 30. 30 plus 3, that will be 33 out of 10. So the last 0 cancel the last 0 here. So 3 goes in 3, or let's say 11 goes in 33, that is 3 times. Then 11 goes in 11, that is once. So we are left with 8 by 3. So we have 8 by 3 left, that is 24. So the solution is 24. Number 9, find the highest common factor of 140 and 126. So there are different ways you could solve this, but let's use drop down division. So we have 140. If you draw a line like this, so divide by 2, so you have 70. If you divide by 2 again, you have 35. If you divide by 3 or 5, you have 7. If you divide by 7, you have 1. So let's do the same thing for 126. So if you divide by 2, you have 63. Divide by 3, you have 21. Divide by 3 again, you have 7. Divide by 7, you have 1. So that means 140 is equals to 2 times 2 times 5 times 7, and 126 is equals to 2 times 3 times 3 times 7. So you can see that 2 is common here and 7 is also common here. So that means the HCF will be 2 by 7 equals to 14. So that will be the highest common factor. So we have 14 here. So question number 10, simplify this n to the power of 5 times n to the power of 1. Okay, so this will be n to the power of 5 plus 1. That is multiplication law of indices. That will be n to the power of 6. So we have n to the power of 6 here. So for this, we have to divide this. You have to divide 8x to the power of 6 by 2x to the power of 2. So let's do with the numbers first. You can have 8 divided by 2, then x to the power of 6 divided by x to the power of 2. In this case, 2 here, 1, 2 here, we have 4. Okay, so we are 4 here. Then x to the power of 6 divided by x to the power of 2, that will be x to the power of 6 minus 2. So, and that will be 4x to the power of 4. So that's what together, 4x to the power of 4. Then the part C here, we can write 243. Okay, we can write it as 3 to the power of 5. So this will be equals to 3 to the power of 5, that is 243. Then y to the power of 20. Then everything raised to the power of 2 over 5. Okay, so this 2 over 5 is meant for 3 to the power of 5 and y to the power of 20. So we can say this will be equals to 3 to the power of 5. So times 2 out of 5. Then y to the power of 20 times 2 out of 5. So 5 will cancel 5 here. We are left with 3 to the power of 2 here. Then 5 goes in 5 once. Then 5 goes in 20 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. We have y to the power of 8. So here we have 3 to the power of 2 to be 9. Then y to the power of 8. So we have 9y to the power of 8. So let's go to the next question. That is question 11. Question 11. Solve 4 into bracket 2x minus 3 greater than or equals to 43 plus 3x. So we need to expand the bracket here. So 4 multiplied by 2x, that gives 8x, minus 4 times 3, you have 12, greater than or equals to 43 add 3x. Then we collect like times. So we have 8x minus 3x, then greater than or equals to 43, then plus 12. So we have 5x to be greater than or equals to 55. Then you divide both sides by 5. So we have x greater than or equals to 55 over 5, and x is greater than or equals to 11. So let's go to the next question. Question 12. Write 0.42 recurring decimal fraction as a fraction in its simplest form. You must show all your working. So the first step is to say let x to be equals to 0.42 recurring digits. So you can say this is equation 1. So remember that 0.42 dots here, it means 2 is a recurring digit, which can be written as 0.4222. Then you can put a sign of ellipsis here. So this sign of ellipsis tells you that 2 is a repeated digit. So you can actually write it in this form. Okay, another way you can write this is to say 0.42, then you put a bar on it. So these are the 3 ways you can use to show a recurring digit. So step 1 is to let x to be equals to the recurring decimal number. Then you multiply equation 1 by 10. So why are you multiplying by 10? Is because I want the recurring digits to come immediately after the decimal point. So if you multiply by 10, I'm going to have 10x by the left hand side equals to, then this will be 4.2. Then you put a dot above 2. So this can be called equation 2. Then you multiply equation 2 according to the number of repeated digits. So we only have one repeated digit, so I'll multiply equation 2 by 10. So if I multiply equation 2 by 10 again, so I'll have 10 times 10, I'll have 10 times 10x, so that will be 100x, then is equals to, then this will be 42.2, then you put a dot above it, so this will be equation 3. Then finally you can subtract equation 2 from equation 3, so that gives 100x minus 10x, so to be equals to 42.2 dot here, then minus 4.2 dot here. So 100x minus 10x, that gives 90x, then is equals to, so here dot 2222 we cancel out dot 22, so I'm left with 42 and 4. So 42 subtract 4, that gives 38. So finally you can divide both sides by 90, and we are left with x by the left hand side. So x will be equals to 38 over 90. So 2 can go in the two numbers. 2 goes in 38 19 times, over 2 goes in 90 45 times. So our final answer is 19 out of 45. So let's go to the next question. That is question 13. At the end of 2021, there were 27,000 rhinos living in the wild. The number of rhinos is expected to decrease exponentially by 3% each year. Work out the number of rhinos expected to be living in the wild 4 years later at the end of 2025. Give your answer correct to the nearest whole number. So this is an example of exponential decay. When you have an exponential decay or an exponential growth question, so the formula is always y equals to ab to the power of x. So where y is the expected number, a is the population in 2021, b for exponential decay will be 1 minus r. If it was to be exponential growth, so b will be equals to 1 plus r. So actually b represents the rate and x is the time given. So in this case I can write the parameters. The value of a according to this question will be equals to 27,000. Then r is the rate, is giving us 3 out of 100, that's 3%, and is the same thing as 0.03. Then the t time t is equals to 4. So the rate b will be equals to 1 minus r. So that will be equals to 1 minus 0.03 equals to 0.97. So that is the value of b. So let's key in all these parameters into this formula here. So y will be equals to, the value of a is 27,000, then times the value of b, so I can remove this now to have more space. So times the value of b is 0.97, then x, which is the time t, is equals to 4, so to the power of 4. So if you do this, y is equals to 27,000 multiplied by, this will give you 0.8853. So that's what you get here, 0.8853. If you multiply these two numbers, you get y to be equals to 23902.91, and y will be approximately 23900. So you have 23,900. So let's go to the next question. That will be question 14a. The Venn diagram shows information about the number of elements in sets A, B, and the universal set. The number of elements in the universal set is 52. Find the number of elements in A intersection B, that is this region of the Venn diagram, x plus 5. So the first thing we need to do is to find the value of x. as that will give us our answer straight away. So to do this, we have to add up everything and equate it to 52, because everything in this rectangle add up to 52. That is the total population. We have 15 plus 5x plus x plus 5 plus 12 minus x to be equals to 52. Negative x cancel positive x, so we are left with this. So 5x then plus 15 add 5, that will be 20. 20 add 12, that will be 32. So we have 32 to be equals to 52. So when you collect like times, you have 5x to be equals to 52 minus 32. Then 5x is equals to 20, and that implies that x is equals to 4. So you divide both sides by 5 and the value of x equals to 4. So if the value of x equals to 4, then the number of elements in A and B will be equals to x plus 5, and that will be 4 plus 5, and that is equals to 9. So we have elements in A and B. Part B, in this Venn diagram, shade the region C and D and E, that is C intersection D intersection E. So that is where the three sets meet, and it will be this region. You have to shade it carefully. So let's go to the next question. So that is question 15. Question 15, you have this grid. By shading the unwanted region, please take note of this. By shading the unwanted regions of the grid, draw and label the region R which satisfies these inequalities. The first one is y greater than 1. So y greater than, the first one is y greater than 1. So this is the first one is y greater than 1. So if you want to draw this inequality, you have to use a broken line, because 1 is not included in that region. So as sign of equality is not there. So but to do this, we have to firstly find y equals to 1. So y equals to 1 will be a line here, but we are going to use a broken line because we don't have equals to there. 1 is not part of the solution there. So let's draw the line y greater than 1. So from here we draw the line here. So this is a broken line, okay, and the needed area, so y greater than 1 will be up, okay. So but we are asked to shade the unwanted area, so the unwanted area will be below the line. So let's do that. So now we can shade the unwanted area, so it will be here. So you have to shade the all of this like this. You go downward, so you shade this as well. So you need to be very careful, you shouldn't go out of the line. So you shade the all of this. So when you are done, so we'll go to the next inequality. So this is the unwanted area for this inequality. So you need to be very careful when you are drawing this, okay. So that is how to do that. So let's be careful with this, okay. So we are done with this. That is the unwanted area. So let's go to the second one, that is x less than or equals to 2. So here we need to firstly draw x equals to 2. Then we can now get x is less than or equals to 2. So mind you, we have sign of equality here, so we have to use a thick line. So let's go to where we have x equals to 2, and obviously it is around here. So let's draw the line. X equals to 2 will be here, okay, and you have it straight away here, okay. So that is x equals to 2, and the wanted area is this side, okay. So the unwanted area is the right hand side here. So we have to shade So we have to shade the unwanted area. So let's do that. So we shade carefully like this. You can take it like this, and you need to be very careful so that it will not go beyond the region. So you can do this on time. Okay, so you complete this as well. Okay, so let's gently take the other side. So somewhere around here like this, you need to be very careful. Okay, then you take this one too. Okay, to close this. Okay, and you can easily go a little bit. Okay, then you have this one too as well. Okay, so I think I need to remove that, is beyond the region. So let's gently shade this side. I think it's a little bit fair now. Okay, so this is the unwanted region for x is less than or equals to 2. So let's go for the last one, and that is y is greater than or equals to x plus 2. So you have to firstly draw y equals to x plus 2. So this is equation of a straight line. So you can compare it with the general equation of a straight line. That will be y equals to mx plus c. By comparison, you see that m is equals to 1 over 1. That means you rise 1 and you move forward once, and the intercept on y-axis equals to 2. So these two parameters are enough for us to draw that line, that is y equals to x plus 2. So the first point will be here, that's the intercept on y-axis. So if you rise once and you move forward once, you have another point here, and so on and so forth. So equally, you can have another point like this, and like this, and like this, and finally like this. So let's draw a line to indicate that. So from here, you just draw a straight line like this. Okay, and it continues up to this point here. So let's join the line. So I have completed the line. Now the next thing is to determine which part of this line to be shaded. That will be the wanted or unwanted. Okay, so to do this, you can pick a point either below or above the line to get the wanted or unwanted side. Okay, so let's take a point above the line. Okay, so where x equals to 0 and y equals to 5, that is this particular point. Okay, so let's use this one to test. Okay, so if x equals to 0 and y is equals to 5, okay, that's a point above this line. Then don't forget that the inequality is y is greater than or equals to x plus 2. So if you plug in these values, so that means 5 is greater than 2 because x equals to 0. So this is true. That means the wanted region will be above this line, but we need the unwanted region. So we are going to shade the below the line. Of course, part of it has already been shaded, so we just have to shade the remaining part of it. Okay, so we just have it here, so like this. Okay, then complete it like this. Okay, so the region R will now be what you have left. That will be region R. So I can write letter R here, and I think I can shade it with another color. So this is region R. You can shade it with another color. So from here, then let's be careful. You draw it like this. Okay, then you take this one like this too. You need to be very careful like this, and you take it up like this. Okay, so you can shade. So this is region R. So you have to shade this carefully. Okay, so that is region R. So if you want to confirm your answer, so you can just take a point and test it with the three given inequalities. So let's take this point, that is where x equals to 0 and y equals to 5. Okay, so if you test it with the first one, so that is I'm using the criteria here: x equals to 0 and y equals to 5. So with the first one, y is greater than 1. Okay, of course 5 is greater than 1. That means this point meets the first inequality. Then the second one, x is less than or equals to 2. So of course 0 is less than 2. So this point also meets the second inequality. And then the third one, of course, I showed you earlier, and this is it. So 5 is greater than 2. You can see. So the green part, all the points in the green region satisfy the three inequalities. So that is the solution to that question. So let's go to the next question. So P is equals to 2W plus 2H. W equals to 11 and H equals to 9.5, both correct to two significant figures. Find the lower bound and the upper bound for P. Okay, so to do this, we have to get the lower and upper bounds for W and H respectively. So for W is equals to 11. Okay, so I can draw a table here. So this will be upper bound, okay, and this will be lower bound. Of course, to get the upper and lower bounds, you just have to add and subtract something from this 11. Okay, so I can say, okay, this will be 11 add something, then this will be 11 subtract something. Okay, now we need to get that something. Now to get that something, we need to divide the degree of accuracy that 11 is corrected to and divided by 2. Okay, so the degree of accuracy that 11 is corrected to, okay, we divide it by 2. So this is two significant figure, and in this case the two significant figures is a unit here for 11. So that means we have a whole, that will be 1. That's the degree of accuracy, unit 1. So we divide it by 2, that will be 0.5. So I'll have 0.5 here, 0.5 here. So that means the upper bound of W will be 11.5 and the lower bound will be 10.5. So I'll do the same thing for H. Okay, so H is equals to 9.5. Okay, then I can get the upper and the lower bounds respectively. So the upper bound will be 9.5 plus something, then the lower bound will be 9.5 minus something. Now 9.5 is corrected to two significant figures. So two significant figures here is one decimal place. That's the degree of accuracy. So one decimal place is 0.1. So 0.1 you divide it by 2, that will give you 0.05. So that means that something here is 0.05 and this one too is 0.05. So if you do this, this will give you 9.55 as the upper bound and the lower bound will be 9.45. So now we can now calculate the upper and lower bounds for the P. Okay, so P, so the lower bound of P will be equals to 2 into bracket lower bound of W, that will be 10.5. okay, then plus 2 into lower bound of H, so that will be 9.45. so if you expand this bracket, you're going to get 21 add 18.9 and that will be equals to 39.9. so the lower bound of P is equals to 39.9. so similarly you can calculate the upper bound of P to be P is equals to 2 into bracket 11.5 into 2 into 9.55. okay, so this will give you 23 add 19.1 and that will be 42.1. that will be the upper bound of P. So the next question is question 17. Question 17. A, B and C are points on the circumference of a circle, center O. Tangent DE touches the circle at C. Angle BCE is 35. Angle BCE is 53 degrees as shown here, and angle ACO is equals to 20 degrees as shown here. Find the value of X. So if you look at it very well, like what I used to tell my students, So before you start anything, you can do some you can touch the diagram a little bit. So this is a radius, this is also a radius, so that means this angle and this angle are similar, so you can get that. Okay, and this is angle at center. So what we need to do now is to look at the available theorems here. So this 53 degrees is an angle between a tangent and a chord, and this is always equal to angle in alternate segment. So I can say this will be the angle in alternate segment, so it will be equal to 53 degrees. So of course you know that angles at center angle at center is twice angle at the circumference, so you can easily get this angle. So once you get this angle here, then you can get the base angles of this isosceles triangle. Okay, and that is the end of solution. You can now add all the angles in triangle ABC together and set it to 180 degrees, and you get the value of x. Okay, that is one approach. Another approach is to say this. Look at OC. OC is a radius, okay, drawn from the center to meet this tangent here. So according to a theorem, so this angle here should be a right angle. Okay, so that means this small angle here, angle OCB, will be 90 degrees minus 53 degrees. Okay, as the two angles must add up to what? To 90 degrees. So OCB is equals to 33 degrees. I can put 33 degrees here. Okay, they are complementary angles. So then equally you can say OBC is equals to 37. Okay, because they are base angles. So that means these two angles are complementary angles because they must add up to 90. So these two angles are complementary angles. That means they must add up to a 90 degrees. Okay, so here to get angle OCB, you just have to subtract 53 from 90 degrees, and that will leave you with 37 here, and that will leave you with 37. So we can write 37 degrees here. So of course OBC will also be 37 degrees because they are base angles of an isosceles triangle. Okay, so now we know the whole of we know the complete angle here, that is 20 add 37, that will be 57. So we can now find the angle x here, and of course we know this. Okay, so there are several ways you could do this, so it depends on what you can see as a student. Okay, so I can add up everything. So I will say the first angle here, that is angle x plus 37, angle x plus 37 degrees, plus the next angle will be 20 degrees plus 37 degrees, then plus the next one will be 53 degrees, and they add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so we have x plus, so this, and this add up to 147 degrees, so equals to 180 degrees. If we collect like times, you have x to be equals to 180 degrees minus 147 degrees, so you have x to be equals to 33 degrees. So that is the value of x. So I did the solution here for you to see the diagram. Okay, but for you, you can work here because you can see the whole page at once. So x is equals to 33 degrees. So the next question is this, question 18. So calculate the value of y. Okay, so to get the value of y, you can make use of sine rule. So we're going to have 8.3 over sine y, the angle, the side over the sine of its corresponding angle, then it's equals to 16.2 over sine 105 degrees. So if you cross multiply, so you will get sine y to be equals to 8.3 times sine 105 over 16.2. so sine y will be equals to, if you do this, you will get 0.4949. then y will give you sine inverse. If you take sine inverse of both sides, of 0.4949, and finally y is equals to 29.7 degrees. So I can write my answer here, 29.7 degrees. So let's go to the next question. That is question 19a. So sketch the graph of y equals to cos x for 0 degree less than or equals to x, and x is less than or equals to 360 degrees. So you need to already you know that cos 0 will give you 1, then cos 90 will give you 0. So from there you have to go to negative side. So cos 180 will be equals to -1. So from here you have to go back to 0. So cos 270 will be equals to 0. Then from there you have to go back to 1. Then cos 360 degrees will be equals to 1. Okay, so I can have different points here. Let's say the first point here is 90 degrees. Okay, so the next one will be 180 degrees, and the next one will be 270 degrees, as we have this now. So that means we have the point here. So for when x equals to 0, the corresponding value of y is 1. We have a point here. When x is 90 degrees, then we have the value to be 0. Okay, y is equals to 0. So when x equals to 180, so y equals to -1. So you have another point here. Okay, and when x equals to 270 degrees, we have the value of y to be equals to 0, another point here. And finally, when x equals to 360 degrees, y is equals to 1. So these are the points you have here. So you can just draw an arc like this. You can easily draw the curve. So from here you have one here, then it enters here, then it enters here, then it enters here. Okay, and finally it enters here. So this is what we are going to have. Okay, so let's go to part B. When cos x equals to 0.21, find the reflex angle x. So a reflex angle is an angle that is greater than 180 degrees but less than 360 degrees. So that means we can firstly we need to find the value of x here. When you take cos inverse of both sides, we are going to have x to be equals to cos inverse of 0.21, and that will give you x to be equals to 78.5 degrees. So if you draw the angles, so all students takes calculus. Okay, so you can represent 78.5 degrees here. Okay, 78.5 degrees will be here, so which will also be equal to angle here, this one, because it will be equals to 78.5 degrees as well. Just the difference there is the direction. So then the angle we want to calculate is from here. Now the reflex angle will be from here to this angle here, and that will be 360 degrees minus 78.5 degrees, and that will give you 281.5 degrees. You can see that is more than 180 degrees. So that is the reflex angle. So a reflex angle is greater than 180 degrees but less than 360 degrees. So let's go to the next question. That will be question 20. Write as a single fraction in its simplest form. So we have 10x squared minus 60x over x squared minus x minus 30. So at the numerator, let's factor out 10. So we're going to let's factor out 10x. We have 10x into x minus 6. So the denominator is a quadratic expression, and we can write that as x into bracket x minus 6 into plus 5 into x minus 6. So I want to believe you know how to factorize quadratic expression, and you can simplify that further. You can have 10x into x minus 6, okay, over you have x plus 5 into x minus 6. Okay, so this will cancel this, and the final answer will be 10x over x plus 5. So the part B will be 7 over x plus 3 plus 8 over 8x minus 1. So we need to find the LCM of the denominators. So that will be the product of x plus 3 into bracket 8 minus x. Okay, then you cross multiply the fraction now. That will be 7 into 8x minus 1, then plus 5 into x plus 3. So if you expand this, so this will be equals to 7 times 8x, that will be 56x, minus 7 times 1, that will be 7 minus 7, then plus 5 times x, that will be 5x, then plus 15, then everything over denominator, which is x plus 3 into 8x minus 1. Okay, sorry, I made a mistake here. So this should be 8x minus 1. So that will be the correct one there. Okay, so from here you can simplify the numerator. So 56x plus 5x, so that will give you 61x. Then minus 7 plus 15, that will give you plus 8 over the denominator, x plus 3 into 8x minus 1. So the final solution is 61x plus 8 over x plus 3 into 8x minus 1. So that is the solution to that question. So let's go to the next question. That will be question 22. Question 22. ABCD is a rhombus with side length 13.6 centimeters. Angle ABC is equals to 41 degrees. BAC is a sector of a circle with center B. DAC is a sector of a circle with center D. Calculate the shaded area. So we know that this is a rhombus. So all the sides are equal. We have 13.6 here. So 13.6 here. 13.6 here. Also, we know that the opposite angles are similar. So this will be 41 degrees here. Okay, so to get the area of the shaded region, so we need to subtract. Okay, let's divide this into 2 equal halves like this. Okay, you can draw this like this. Okay, so we have 2 congruent triangles now. So for us to calculate the area of the rhombus, we need to find the sum of the area of these 2 triangles. That will be the area of this rhombus. Then to get the area of the shaded region, so we subtract the area of these 2 segments from the area of the rhombus. So we have 2 segments here. So look at the first one from here, from A to C, then with this arc, that is a segment. And we have the other one from A to C with this arc, that is the second segment. So by the time we find the area of these 2 segments, okay, which are also similar because they are congruent, so we subtract it from the total, we subtract it from the area of the rhombus, and that will give us the area of the shaded region. So let's start by calculating area of a triangle. So we can calculate area of a triangle, okay, so to be equals to half, so r squared, okay, sine theta. Okay, so in this case it will be equals to half times 13.6 squared, then times sine 41 degrees. So if you do this, the area will be equals to 60.67. So area of rhombus now, area of the rhombus will be equals to 2 times area of one triangle, that is 2 times 60.67. okay, so that will be equals to 121.34. so this will be the area of the rhombus. Okay, so next we need to calculate area of a sector. Okay, so the area of a sector, will be equals to theta over 360 degrees times pi r squared. So if you key in the values, we know that theta is 41 then over 360 degrees times the value of pi is 3.14 times radius, which is 13.6 squared. So if you do this again, you will get the area of sector to be 66.1 centimeter squared. Okay, so I haven't got this, so we can now say that the area of a segment, okay, so let's demarcate this like this. Okay, so area of a segment now, area of a segment will be equals to area of a triangle will be equals to area of a sector minus area of a triangle. So that will be equals to 66.1 minus 60.67. So that will be equals to 5.43. Okay, so area of the two segments, so will be equals to 2 times 5.43. that will be equals to 10.86. okay, so that's centimeter squared. Okay, centimeter squared. Okay, so finally we can now calculate the area of the shaded region. Area, okay, of the shaded region, so it's equals to area of the rhombus, which is 121.34, then subtract the area of the two segments, which is 10.86, and in this case it will be equals to 110.48, so approximately 110 centimeters squared. So you put 110 here. So this is the end of the solution. If you are seeing this channel for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to receive a notification when I upload a new video. Also, comment, like and share this video. Also, don't forget